Hello and welcome to this channel wherever you are watching from. My name is Miriam and I teach watercolor. I hope you're all doing well. I am very well. I'm so joyful about summer and all the beautiful flowers we see outside right now. And that's also what has inspired this video. So today we're going to paint a flower bouquet in a loose watercolor style. So I'm really looking forward to showing you this. But without further ado, let's go paint. To begin with, I tape my paper down to a board. It's 300 gram watercolor paper. And then I draw in a very loose sketch for where the vase is going to be and where all the flowers are going to be. But it's quite loose and I don't go into many details. Here are the colors we're going to use for this painting. And the first color is Rose Madder Deep, Carmine, Cadmium Yellow, Cadmium Scarlet, Hookah's Green, Sap Green, Turquoise Green Deep, Raw Umber Deep, and Black. And I'm using my Kuretake, Gansai, Tambi colors. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And here I have my size 6 brush and I go in with the Rose Madder Deep and I put some paint on the first flower. Then I wet my brush and I go in with a very wet brush and drag out the colors I just put on. Then I go in with a bit stronger color in the middle of this flower. And here I'm wetting an area and then I'm dropping in some of the Rose Madder Deep up here as well. And then I continue with the next flower. And here I go in with my Cadmium Scarlet. Just a bit of a watery mix to begin with. And then I drop in some stronger color both in the middle and around the flower. I'm not going into any details, just allowing the paint to flow. And here I'm making some dots with the Carmine color because this is a lot of smaller flowers I can see on my reference photo. And I just go in with a wet brush again and even out. Or you can say put some water against all the colored dots I just put on. And here I'm going in with some Hookah's Green surrounding the area where I just painted, and I allow the paint to flow into the pink color. And here I'm continuing with Cadmium Yellow, and it's like I'm just going in with bloops of color and I'm dropping in some more color. This is the Cadmium Scarlet, and I do the whole thing in a very loose way and don't go into a lot of details. And after I've painted like you see me do here, I go in with some clean water and just allow things to flow a little bit. So I go along the edges of where I put some paint, and then I, like you see here, then I allow the colors to flow out. This gives a very nice and loose effect in the painting. And I should also mention that my watercolor paper is 50% cotton, so the colors flow very well on this paper. And it's not all papers that do that, so I think it's good to have some cotton paper for this kind of painting. And here I'm painting in a very pale color, some green and a very light mix of the Rose Madder Deep. And I'm just continuing to put in some colors, following the sketch I made earlier on. And I just drop in colors. First I go in with some Sap Green and then I dab in some of the Hookah's Green. And here I'm adding some green leaves in Sap Green. And this is actually real-time video, so I'm working quite fast because I don't want to get into too many details. So yeah, it's a good thing to just work fast when you paint, if you are doing a painting like this. And now I'm adding some more flowers using scarlet color. And I don't mind that the colors flow together and that the flowers flow together with other flowers. That's part of this style of painting. And here I'm going in with a light mix of sap green and making small leaves. As you can see on the reference photo as well. And I'm not aiming for being exactly like how the reference photo is. I'm just doing this very loose, and yeah, it's something you can look at to inspire you, but then you go ahead and do your own thing. Here are all the stems that comes down from all the flowers down in the bottle or the vase. And for the vase I'm using the turquoise green deep, and here I got a little bit strong color, so I quickly go in with some clean water and drag out the color because I don't want it to be too dark. And I just allow everything to flow together. So I drop in some color and then I go in with some clean water afterwards and drag out the color. And now I'm making some shadow area in the bottom on the table that the vase is standing on. I'm using the same turquoise color for this. So if you are a little bit alert, you will know that the light is coming from the left side. And here I'm just dropping in some stronger color in the first two flowers I made. And I don't want too many brush strokes to be seen, so I go in again with some clean water. And I do the same on the top one of these flowers. And you can see we already have quite a pretty painting, at least in my opinion. I think it's very pretty. I love this color combination actually also. So, and here I'm going in with some of the raw umber deep, and the paper is still damp, so it flows a little bit into the other green colors. I'm also dabbing some of that color into the top flowers, as you see here, because they have a very dark middle. Then I do the same with some of the other flowers as well. So when you paint loose like this, your aim is to get sort of the form of the flowers, of the different flowers, and not going into too many details, but yeah, to get the outline of the flowers. I don't know if you can say that, but that gives the impression that there are different kinds of flowers in the vase. So that's how you do that. And here I'm going in and making a background, and that is of course optional. If you don't want to put in a background and you're just pleased with how the painting looks right now, that's completely fine. But I'm going in with some of the raw umber, and I wet the paper first, and then I put in some of the color, and then I wet my brush again and drag out the color I just put on, because I want this to be quite a light background. And this is also a neutral color, and neutral colors they enhance the other colors without being dominating. So that's quite good to remember when you paint, to have some neutral colors, because neutral colors make the other colors pop. So that's a good thing to know. And I'm just adjusting here and there, and if there are places where I feel like the umber is a little bit too dark, I take off some of the paint. I'm still working wet and wet for this, so it's quite easy to move the paint around on the paper. And now it's time for some splatter, and I do that with the Cadmium Scarlet color. If you prefer one of the other colors to do that with, it's completely fine. Just follow your instincts. And my little number 2 brush, I'm just going in to make a little detail here on this flower bud. I just felt like it needed a little something. And this is the moment where you have to be careful not to begin to paint a lot of details. So I really had to stop myself from doing any more than that. So, and now I'm drying the whole thing off. And also, when I was finished with that, I take off the masking tape, also using my hairdryer, so that the masking tape won't tear the paper. And yeah, here you see the finished painting. I really feel that this is very pretty. It will look great in a frame in a bedroom or something like that. Oh yeah, wherever you can see it in your house. Remember to put in your name. Yes, I really hope you could use this video and get a bit of inspiration. I surely enjoyed painting this. So bye for now, and I hope to see you again in another video.